Let me read you something. In January of 2007, when President Bush announced the surge in Iraq, then Senator Barack Obama had this to say, quote, "I am not persuaded that 20,000 additional troops in Iraq are going to solve the sectarian violence there. In fact, I think it will do the reverse." So when President Obama speaks to former President Bush today, will he change his mind on that? Will he give President Bush credit for making that decision on the surge and admit that it contributed to the situation of more stability on the ground today?
Matt, what is certainly not up for question is that President Obama and then candidate Obama said that adding those 20,000 troops into Iraq would indeed improve the security situation, and it did.
You say made up history, Robert, but wait a second. You say made up history, but the president did oppose the surge.
The president did oppose the surge, George, but understand this. While the surge did provide some increased security in Iraq, what happened was a political transformation that took a long time after those added troops were put into Iraq. There was a Sunni awakening where Sunni tribesmen decided they did not want to fight with but against al-Qaeda.
But does credit also go to the surge? Does the president now believe that President Bush made the right decision to order that surge in troops in Iraq?
Again, George, I think the president has always stated and always believed that our security would be, that adding 30,000 troops into Iraq would improve the security. But obviously the leaders in Iraq had to make some political accommodation to move that country forward.
Just back on the surge strategy, I mean, there's no question that the surge strategy did improve security. I think most military and political analysts would agree. But you said that it would improve security, but it was the political aspect of it that took place that allowed Iraq to come to where it is today. But most military and political analysts would tell you that the improvement in security because of the surge set the conditions for the political aspect of it. So I'm wondering again, will the president credit President Bush's surge strategy for setting the conditions to allow
John, you asked me the same question. I'm likely to give you the same answer.
Will President Obama recognize the success of the surge put in place by President Bush tonight?
Well, look, there's no doubt that first and foremost that the men and women in our uniform and the sacrifices that I think we are all in awe of, the president will laud today both at Fort Bliss when he stops there as well as in his speech. I don't think there's any doubt, as candidate Obama said, that adding 20,000 men and women into Iraq would improve the security situation. I think along with a series of other things.
No, excuse me, back in 2007 he said he was against the surge.
No, he said he was against the surge. He said there was no doubt that adding 20,000 men and women would improve the security situation. But as we know, our efforts in Iraq weren't going to be done simply militarily, Gretchen. There had to be a political accommodation. We had sectarian violence between Sunni, Shia, and Kurd. And quite frankly, the Sunni and the Shia and the Kurd had to decide that they were going to live and work together for an Iraq that met their future needs and not fight each other. I think that's why we're at this moment, and that's what the president's going to mark.
So that will be the way in which the president will address his flip-flop on the issue tonight.
Gretchen, I'm happy to spend a lot of time looking back at decisions 4 years ago or even 7.5 years ago. I think what's important while you guys play political games is the president to laud our men and women and to mark the end of our combat mission.
No political games here. I think a lot of people in the American public are wanting to know what the president will say and how he'll rectify what he said back in 2007. Let me ask you this. Word on the street has been that the president will call President Bush today. What will he say when he calls President Bush?
Well, I think the president will talk about the situation in Iraq, thank the president for his service, for his love of country, and I think they'll have a nice, private, quiet conversation about what's going on in the world. Will President
Obama credit President Bush tonight in his speech for the success in Iraq?
Again, Gretchen, I think you've asked me this question twice, and I've given you an answer.
This is the first time I've asked you the question. Will President Obama thank President Bush tonight during his speech for the success of the surge?
No, that's actually now the fourth time you've asked me that question.
Well, you haven't answered it. Will he credit President Bush tonight for the success of the surge?
That's number 5. Let me give you the same answer I gave you the first time.
In baseball, you get 3 strikes and you're out. You've had 5 chances to answer the question. Will he credit President Bush tonight?